What's up guys, my name's Nightchronic here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the 385 character setup that I have here today. I finished it at the end of week 3, which is last week, and I just wanted to show you my setup and maybe do a last little few tips on how to get the power, the light faster. I did notice a few more things than I said in my videos. If you haven't watched, I had 2 different videos about 385, doing 385 the maximum possible strategy, and the second video, if you are very sloppy at raids, or you're very new to raids, or you've never done one before, I also made a second video encouraging you in different ways to do that. So if you've already seen this video, this is kind of like just a last little note, like a gasp of breath there, to show you guys the kind of things that I've done and the things that I've learned after actually getting to it. So firstly, the first one who got it is my Warlock, because, you know, why not? It's the last character that I do every single time, and it always ends up getting lucky enough to get the perfect drops. I don't know how it is. Every single time in Destiny 1, in Destiny 2, my Warlock was the first to max level every single time without failure. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get in. I think my Hunter just needs like a helmet. My Titan needs like an arms and a chest or something, and maybe a helmet. Or just, he was like the first one on week 3, because he was the first one on week 1. But anyways, I'm gonna go on my Warlock and see when I'm in there. Alright, so here is my Warlock with his F-16 jet here. I love this F-16, it's so very nice. Let's go ahead and look into his inventory and whatnot. I've got a bunch of different weapons equipped. At some point, I started receiving a ton, and I mean a ton of 385 weaponry, or 380 base weaponry. So after a while, you'll start to just get them in droves. As soon as you hit around 380, 381, that's with legendary mods, you'll start to get 380 base drops all the time, and then you'll just get everything. It was kind of a pain in the last DLC, where even if you were at like 334, sometimes you'd get like 329 base drops, which made no sense whatsoever, especially when that arm piece was sitting at 334. My Titan was stuck at 334 for 5 weeks when I could have had him at like week 2 or something. Anyways, you know, I have things like the Midnight Coup, I have the Scathlock, got my Mononon, I think I have Annual Skate. This is an Ikelos, it doesn't have a legendary mod on it, so that's a 380 base. Worldline 0, Prospector, Legendary Accuracy, and this is just on this character. I've got 385s across all the other characters, probably extras on those characters. Weapons start to drop in droves. It's because of the fact that there's, you know, less weapons than there are armors, that they kind of, you know, and also the fact that I can transfer them over. You'll start to get weapons pretty quickly. As far as the armor pieces go, I don't have a lot of extra armor pieces. I think I have, yeah, this is like one of the only extra ones I have. For the most part, this is not my exact build for this, well, it's actually an Arc class armor for this one. But I did get to 385 with these characters. Everything else is like different setups. Like this is my solar tree, or my solar class. I started at some point getting different armor sets for the different class types so that I could have the most benefit. I'm kind of like nerding out in this game over the past few months, but overall, I haven't done another set of milestones on this character this week, so I haven't gotten more 385s. But I'm sure once I do that, like almost all the armor pieces I'll never need, I'll have. And I can use it. So as far as tips go, there's one last thing I wanted to say on top of those videos that I mentioned earlier, is the way that guns work and how you need to transfer them over other characters. So if you have 3 characters that you're doing like I was, or you're doing milestones on each of them, and then you're transferring these guns into the vault or over Destiny Item Manager to the other characters to give them a little bit more advantage, there's a kind of little mini strategy I might also mention. So firstly, the Leviathan, the Prestige Leviathan, at least the Prestige side of it, only ever gives you armor pieces. This is something that a lot of people have told me, and I've actually seen. If you do normal first, you'll notice you'll only ever get armor pieces from the Prestige Leviathan. Or if you're doing Leviathan first, you'll notice that it's always at least one of them will be guaranteed in armor, and this is because Prestige guarantees you armor. And in that case, that means you're going to get a lot less guns from the raid. Also keeping in mind, like things like Eater of Worlds only has 2 guns and has 5 armors. Things like the Spires of Stars has 2 guns and 5 armors. The Leviathan, I think, has like maybe like 6 guns and 5 armors. I don't know, it has the normal set as well, so it's like 10 armors. So there's a whole mess load of armors that you can get from the raid, even though it also guarantees you armor on the Prestige difficulty. It's like a whole thing. You're gonna get a lot of armors, and at some point you need to stop doing your raids and start cashing in some milestones intermittently. Now I gave you an order on my video where I said do the raids first and then do your milestones. Kind of balance them out. Maybe do like do the normal raid, then do a milestone, do a prestige raid, then do a milestone. By do a milestone, I mean turn it in, so that your guns can have a chance to bring up. Because your guns, or at least my guns, were dragging behind a little bit more, whereas my armors were a little powerful. And even when I transferred my guns over to the next character, they were very quickly overwhelmed by the armor pieces. So something I would recommend is intermittently balance out your guns by turning in a few milestones, instead of waiting to the very end to turn on all your milestones. And that's just something I noticed, to try to balance out the guns to make it more efficient when you're transferring guns over to the other characters. And just in general, the guns seem to have an issue because of the way the raid works, and because the fact the raid is like more than half of your possible powerful drops. You're gonna depend on the raid for a lot of your drops, and you're gonna notice it hit you hard. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. It was just kind of like I wanted to show you some of the things that I've been doing, things I got, and just being like, hey, look, I got a 385. And I did get it at the end of week 3, by the way. I did get a week 3 385. I nearly got 3 characters 385. I swear, my Titan Hunter's so damn close. I could probably get them this week. And whatnot. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Of course, if you had any questions about, very last questions about like, hey, do you have tips about this, or hey, I'm stuck at this light, let me know what activities you're doing, in what order, and perhaps I can recommend different websites. Again, those other videos, very informative on recommending websites to use, LFGs and whatnot. So make sure you go try those out, or go check out that video, and let me know if you have any more questions after that. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name has been Iconic, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye!